Yeah, yes, but I was being truthful. So it's a fact. So we have data to support that your birth outcomes are improved in communities where you have more political engagement. So that means if you have less voter suppression, more people who represent you, who represent the people who are your issues, right? So when you think about why this is so important for Black people, especially, they love blaming us for our birth outcomes. They love blaming us for our maternal mortality, blaming us and shaming us for our outcomes without ever us having any political engagement. When have we ever had, even in New Orleans, representation that's reflective of our values? Not just people who match boxes is 66% Black, so we have 66% of the city council is Black, but really the values of Black women and people who are raising families in the community, and that's across the board. So
in which our hair, right, is used to criminalize us, right, to push us out of workplaces and workspaces, to cause us to feel inferior or unprepared, right, or that we're undeserving of the same respect or compensation as our white colleagues. Yeah, and I think for me, what I've also experienced is this sort of, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like counseling or talking with clients or community members. And it's clear that they've been discriminated against on the basis of their race, right? But they're telling you, and she said this about my hair, or, they touched my hair. And I'm like, girl, that's unlawful discrimination, right? But I think even like thinking of it that way and helping our loved ones and our friends and fellow community members come to appreciate it in that way, right? It's not just respectability politics, although I believe it is that, right? It's not just subscription to white supremacy. It also is a form of discrimination, right, on the basis of race.
Oftentimes for Black folks, you mentioned, Leah, that we're not a monolith, right? I think if our goal is liberation, yes, or if we can agree that the goal is freedom and liberation, then I think I would offer that there are many paths to this goal. And there should be, and there needs to be a lot of different ways in which we are working towards this goal of liberation and freedom. And I would offer that, there are those of us who are working within the system to push back, to rewrite, to make things better. And I think it's up to us to respect and to support when we can.
To talk to their legislators and build relationships with their district staff about how important it is to meet this moment and to step outside of their comfort zone, because what we're doing right now is outside of what people are used to. It's outside of what they're comfortable with, and they have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. That's the change. It really is. And in doing that, you begin to imagine a life outside of the realm of what's in your understanding, outside of what you're currently living.
What was coming across from the people that were going to be experiencing the goodness from the passing of this bill?
I mean, it was nothing but love. And I would say it was nothing but love from the community, of course, especially, right? But when we were walking the halls of the Capitol, lobbying this bill, we were very intentional about lobbying nearly every member of the legislature, because we knew that we had to educate people on the importance of this bill by painting a picture and telling a story. And we had to do that because, like you just said, people who are non-Black, they don't understand what the differences is in Black hair and what that means to us as a people, right?
Probably listening to us, because we're pretty smart. I have straight A's for a reason. Not straight A's. But, like listening to us and asking us questions, because I've had people be like, well, what do you think about this environmental bill? And I tell them, literally, I have a whole analysis for it. And people are surprised. I'm like, you really shouldn't be that surprised, because we do know a lot. Just because we're not 18 and we don't pay taxes and vote doesn't mean, like, we're still American citizens and we need to know what's going on. So
Agreed. And Lana?
Yes, definitely. Like listening to the voices of young people because we have a lot to say, even though we aren't always listened to. But yeah,
I love that.
What's hair got to do with it? I've spent all day getting my hair done just to have you tell me that it's a distraction? My hair is a part of me and something that makes me feel happy. So why would that stop people from learning what's hair got to do with it? My freshly done braids, my radiant melanin drip waves, and yet I'm told that my braids are not of God's ways. Also that I will be suspended for days if that's the case. Then how come my white peers get to dye their hair in different colors and cut their hair in different ways? What's hair got to do with it? Instead of compliments today, I was met with stares, and my hair determined my fate. I went home crying because I just couldn't understand how such a beautiful part of me could get me banned. What's hair got to do with it, you may ask? When you're caught appropriating our culture once again, a culture that is not meant for you but meant for me, what's my hair got to do with it? Everything. My hair is beautiful. My hair is authentic. My hair is me. I will not give you control over this beauty, so I will continue to wear my hair in every style because my beautiful hair adds to my beautiful smile.
I feel like Wendy and Leah said it all, said everything that needs to be said. At the end of the day, we just want to be ourselves. That's what the Crown Act is about. It's not that you have to wear natural hair. It's that you have the choice to do what you think is best for you and not have to weigh the ramifications of what is somebody going to think of this and is this going to affect me economically, right? Like we just want the freedom to make choices for ourselves, to proclaim our own beauty, to claim our own spaces and not be judged for that. And that's it. That's it. We don't think we're better than anybody else, though Black women are dope.